I want to thank all of you who have reached out to tell me about your vegan journey. To my friend who told me she's lost 60 pounds since January and she's so happy and feeling healthy. You go, girl. I'm so excited for you. You know, the thing about this journey is that when you get started and within the first week, there's a difference in how you feel. You start to sleep better. Your mood starts to change. You start to already see differences in your face, in your body. It's amazing that after all these years of eating meat practically 3 times a day with every meal, once you change that, the things that start to happen are quite dramatic and they happen really quickly, much quicker than you anticipate. So many people wonder, why would you give up meat? Well, I can tell you, it's how you feel, how great you feel, how great you start to look. This is what makes the difference. And to be honest, once you do a little bit of research and realize what is in the food you're actually eating, you are going to be completely put off. You are going to feel angry. You are going to feel sad. You are going to wish that you knew this a long time ago, so that you could have made a change for your parents, for your children. Now is the time. That's the best we can do. And the wonderful thing is that so many of the things that ail us are actually reversible. And these reversals start to happen quite quickly. So I'm excited for any of you who are taking this on. I encourage you once again to go and watch the documentaries that I have recommended. You will hear things that will make a lot of sense to you. There will be things that other people come online and try to say, oh, that was rubbish in that documentary. Come on, you're intelligent. You can figure out a lot of this for yourself. People behind the money who have a lot to lose, they don't want it to go down that easy. So what they're going to do is they're going to come behind and say, oh, that was rubbish. And we all know that this is a familiar tool right now. If something good is being said and it doesn't suit somebody else, all they try to do is come in and sow the seed of doubt. Once you start to doubt yourself, then you just throw your hands in the air and you go with the norm. You know, you go back to doing what you were doing before, or to believing, you know, what suits. But if you do the research, if you watch these documentaries that I've recommended, Game Changers on Netflix, I would then watch What the Health on Netflix, and the final one, because it goes into more detail and it has a lot of relevant facts and studies behind it, is Forks Over Knives. And once you've watched those 3, you will not ask or wonder why it's so easy to become a vegan. And these days, it's made easier and easier by what is available. There's a lot that's available for us. It's not as difficult as it once was. And I've had numerous requests as to what it is, like what's the starter pack, what to buy to start to become a vegan. What do I go and shop for when I get to the supermarket? So I'll be doing a little bit of that, putting that information out there. And also, for those of you who are based where I live, where am I shopping? Where do I find my stuff? And so I encourage you to do the homework. I'm trying to get you to do some of the work for yourself, to take control of your own life, to be involved in the process of change. Are you comfortable being on 12 different medications, each one to counteract the other one? Are you comfortable to not be able to walk around, to move around freely because you're in so much pain? There's so much load on your knees, your back, your spine. Are you happy with that life? If so, that's on you. I'm talking to the people who are fed up, sick and fed up, tired of being in pain all the time, tired of popping pills and not knowing what they're really doing to their bodies. I'm a pharmacist by profession. I gave that up when my kids were young because they were my priority. Now I'm an artist. My husband is a doctor, and we're both on this journey because we look at the facts and we can see, we can read between the lines. We know that there's a lot of truth, and now we know how we feel after starting this journey. I'm going to warn you, you're going to start sleeping better. You're going to start feeling so damn good that you're going to become annoying. You're going to want everybody to know what you know. Because you see people around you who have had cancer and they haven't changed the way they eat. You see people around you who are in pain, who are suffering, who are moving on a track that's going to get them in trouble. Their health is failing. You want to help them, but everybody has to help themselves. So this is my journey, and I would love for you, as many of you who are so motivated to come on this journey with me. I will share as much as I can about my experience and what I think could help you to make the change yourself. But you have to do some of the work yourself. This is your life, right? This is your body. This is your discomfort, your unhappiness. If you're suffering with migraines, if you are depressed, if the weight gain is holding you back, and you see your cholesterol, your potential for heart disease, if you see all these things coming your way like a freight train, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do for you? Don't let other people be in charge of you. You have to take charge of yourself. If you're ready, then I'm here to help. If you're still living that life where you're not ready to do it, that's okay. But that's your decision. The worst feeling is feeling like you could have done this before and saved somebody. You could have done this earlier for your kids, for your parents, for yourself, for your husband. I decided 10 months ago that my husband works too hard and is in too much pain, struggling with his feet, exhaustion, just burnout. And I decided that it's time for me to make sure that we both eat healthy. And when I approached him with it, and he quickly jumped at it, being such a carnivore, I know he wasn't feeling good. Now we feel great. We have so much energy. Our moods are better. Life is better. And it's enjoyable. I'm not missing anything. Honest to goodness, just about anything I could have eaten when I was eating meat, I can transform tofu or something else to taste like that. Take a look at the pictures that I post and you make the decision for yourself. It really comes down to a balance and a choice. What do you love more, the food you're eating now or yourself? What do you love more, the food you're eating now or your husband? What do you love more, the food you're eating now, or do you want to live a longer, healthier life? Do you want to get rid of what is ailing you? Do you want to give yourself the best chance of survival, of living longer? Do you want to give yourself the best chance of actually, the doctors are trying to help you, but how are you helping yourself? My struggle was with rheumatoid arthritis. And I've had it for 30 years, but all of a sudden it really became a huge issue in my life. The pain in both my knees, the swelling. I had a car accident also many years ago where my car was hit from behind and it left me with a neck injury. It left me with chronic pain. The first few years after the accident, I was in so much pain that I had to sleep on the floor. I couldn't stand to go over a bump in the road. I couldn't stand for my husband to sit on the bed when I was trying to lay still. I couldn't lift a bottle of water. Pain has been with me for years. That pain started to flare up, and every 4 days I found myself in a cycle of pain. It would come on and it would be gnawing at me, and it would always be so intense. It felt just really raw and it felt just inflamed. It was tender to the touch, but it would manifest as migraines. I would have a crazy migraine headache, but the pain was actually coming from this neck injury. So I would try to massage it out, and the pain could be all up in these areas on the hair, and once I would find the source of the pain and massage it, only then would I get some relief. That pain would cycle several times a month, and then it would be with me for several days. So I was rarely without some bit of this discomfort. Now, in the last 10 months, I have had about 4 flares. The times when it has flared up since I've become a vegan, I've always been able to trace it back to food. If I went a little bit crazy with too much desserts, or if I ate too much pasta, not to say that I can't have desserts or I can't have pasta, and I can even have them and I can still tolerate the pain. What I do is, after I've eaten like that and cheated a bit, gone too far with some of the things that I've realized trigger the pain, I can increase my water intake, I can try to eat better the following day, but it's something I can clear from my system in 24 hours. It's not like this chronic 1 week of pain. It's nowhere like it used to be. My life is better, my life is different, and I want that for anybody who wants that for themselves. So it's your decision. And basically, all you have to do to find out if I'm talking rubbish is try it for 2 weeks. Try it for 1 week. And you wouldn't be still wondering if you watch those documentaries I recommended. They show you what happened to people after 1 week of going plant-based. You see people who are so much worse off than you are, and you see what happens to them after a week, 2 weeks, a month of going plant-based. You might hesitate at first, but once you try it and you learn how to make great tasting meals and you feel so damn good, you're not going to want to go back to where you were before. And you are going to have to try to tape your mouth to not be annoying, because you just want to share it with everybody. You feel like the clock has gone back. You feel so healthy. You feel things start to heal. You're better able to mend. And actually everything you're putting into your mouth is actually making you better. Things in your body are reversing. It's amazing that our bodies were created in such a way that once we stop doing the things that are destroying us, our bodies start to heal. It's never too late. So it's only a matter of whether or not you're ready to feel better, be happier, and live well. The choice is yours.